Hi, it's me, and that's him, and we're the Sci-Fi Scholars.
And we're talking DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
So, of all the shows, this was...
Why? You're going to start it now, aren't
Yeah, I'm starting. This was different to the other ones in that it's a bit more of a light-hearted, kind of a kids-feeling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had a lot of fun with this overall.
That's what kept me coming back. It felt really fun.
Yeah.
It was quite campy. Not like your Adam West Batman campy, but
yeah.
and it was a lot of fun. I felt.
I thought at times the show lacked some of the strong writing overall, or maybe some of the thinking through what they were going to be doing next. Kind of.
It came through with the characters making decisions that didn't feel like their characters making the decisions. It felt like the writers going, "You need to make this decision so we can get to this." And that's the only way I can think to get to this.
As in, like, they started writing from both ends of the episode, met in the middle, like, uh-oh.
Who's going to make the stupid decision? Someone make the stupid decision. Give it to Kendra today.
Yeah, so there was a lot of that happening. But other times, there was things that really did suit the characters. Like, when Snart sacrificed himself.
And the very end.
Yeah, and we didn't do the whole spoiler thing.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
There's spoilers now. So yeah, Snart sacrificed himself at the very end. The whole, like, no one has control over me, like, even up until this point, everyone has been using the Oculus to control everything. Obviously, I'm currently holding the Oculus. No one's controlling me.
And like his line, "There's no strings on me,"
which is actually a line from something else, but I can't remember what it is. But
either way, I like that. And that was actually in, the end of the season. Particularly the last two episodes, but the last one I felt was the best episode of the series.
Yeah.
Like well made sense, and it made me feel like the season was probably better than it actually was, just because of how well they rounded out the last two episodes together, and then ended it with Owlman rocking up in the Justice Society of America, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, and all the characters seem to have gotten to a point where they were actually part of the team, had resolved at least one major thing in their lives,
and actually wanted to do it, rather than just being
tricked into it.
Yeah.
And obviously, they've resolved the thing that he can't save his family, and he's
accepted that. I thought that was a cool character moment where he was about to die, and he realized, I'm not ready to die. I'm going to accept that I can't save my family, but I can save my friends and myself.
Yeah. So Rip Hunter finally gets past his wife and son, and like obviously they couldn't use that for season 2 because they've defeated.
Yeah, I like that he's moving on. It's opening up doors to a completely different second season, where I think they feel like, particularly in the last 2 episodes, I felt like they realized what their mistakes were.
Yeah.
Not the characters, but the writers and direction of the show have gone, hey, all right, these are the things we didn't quite get right. It was a pretty ambitious show.
Yeah, it was cool though.
It was cool. These are the things, and now if the second season's opened up to something that could be really, really cool, because there's no strings on them anymore with the whole Time Master threat. It's a different threat now, which we'll find out in season 2, which I'm really looking forward to. Talking about ambitious show, there was a couple of, bring up the CG thing again, but that's my thing. Particularly, my major point was the Ray Palmer. As cool as it was as the Atom becoming giant Atom, I really liked that, to fight that robot. I thought that was cool. But yeah, the CG was like, it's possible, but again, it dragged me out a little bit. But because of how cool I thought it was that he was doing that, and obviously they had budgetary concerns, which is why they didn't use Firestorm all that often during the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of times you're like, wow, Firestorm should have Firestormed up. They did everything they possibly could to keep them apart.
But they did, by the end of the season, resolve the bickering between the two parts of Firestorm. Yes. Like, them as a partnership and as a team have really, really matured into the point where you can actually see them actually respecting each other's opinion, working together, caring for each other, and being invested in being the partnership of Firestorm, as opposed to they've just pulled someone in to help the dock not explode.
I felt like that was kind of the whole team interaction. I liked the fact that, as much as I like Hawkman, hence the shirt, and Hawkgirl. We didn't see much of Hawkman. I just felt like Hawkgirl fell flat the whole entire season. Her character was cool in the Flash and Arrow crossover.
I liked her interaction with Sarah.
Yes.
The training, but parts of that worked and parts of it didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. Her character fell flat for me.
Yeah.
And it kind of dragged a character I really like, Ray Palmer, down with the whole relationship that they tried to. I mean, I liked but then back in the 50s, and then he had accepted a life that she hadn't. That was a cool little twist, but that was the only part of that entire relationship part that I actually liked.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a downer for me, but a cool part with Ray Palmer was towards the back half of the season or towards the end.
Yeah.
Was the buddiness between Rory and Ray. I really like that, particularly in the last episode, or the second to last, can't remember which one now, where they're back on Earth in 2016, and he's doing a bank.
Yeah,
he's doing a bank job,
episode.
and Ray's just like in the car as the getaway driver, and he's like pulling off his mask, like, "It's me."
And Rory's just like, "You're an idiot.
Just drive, damn it." And that only can get better because it's now Snart dead.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really cool dynamic.
It frees Rory up a lot more.
I feel like that's going to be a really cool dynamic.
The thing I kind of hope they do with that is I hope they bring back the Chronos suit, because it would be cool to see the duo of Rory in the Chronos suit with Ray in the Atom suit just taking on like heavy artillery fire or something.
That would be awesome.
Like, obviously, he doesn't really have the Chronos suit and whatever, but the Chronos suit, I really liked him as that bounty hunter. Of all of the bounty hunters across the season, he was the one that I...
Even before you knew he was...
Yeah, like, Chronos was the most impressive of them all for me. Like, I liked Chronos as him.
Yeah, I agree. I just love that dynamic.
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do next season, because they've opened so many things up that they can do.
I'm excited for it. Like, I was starting to get a bit waning towards the end, but
yeah, there were points where we were a bit worried as to whether or not like they could pull off a season 2.
Yeah,
but they finished so strong and opened the right doors that they've set themselves up properly.
And in saying, that I felt like the last episode was the best episode.
Yeah,
the most fun I had was when they went back to 1870s.
Yes,
with Jonah Hex. That episode was just like Ray trying to be the sheriff in town, and then the team coming behind him to help him out.
And the whole time Rip's like, you can't mess with the timeline, you can't mess with the timeline, you can't mess with the timeline.
You can't bring future tech, no future tech. And then they're like,
oh there's bounty hunters everywhere. Quick!
Alright, let's...
And then it's like, they explain away, like, who's going to believe them anyway? They're like, alright. And Rip basically in that point says he's going to come, he'll come back to that time period at some point. Like,
yeah,
because he's previously said he got attached to that time zone, really, really, really connected into it as well, and had trouble leaving, and which kind of explains his kind of look.
Yes,
as well.
He got the jacket from Jonah Hex.
Yeah,
which I thought they did a really good job of as well. I really liked him in that, and so I look forward to possible more episodes set then, because I think they pulled that one off, one of the best as well. It was the most fun.
Yeah.
So. Looking forward to more episodes like that, if they can do it. Looking forward to what they're going to do with Our Man and the Justice Society of America. This new threat that apparently is not Thanagara.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. I'm looking forward to season 2.
And Snart. Snart comes back. He's the big bad guy. He's exploded himself through the entire timeline. He just freezes everything. the permanent ice age of Snart.
So season 1, quite campy, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And if you can get past the campiness and watch it and enjoy it for the character interactions more than anything, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good fun.
And
Great show.
You see, I guess, the directors and writers of the show grow up like the characters did. So, yeah, it's good things for the future of it, because they've gotten to a point where they've got a show that works as a solid show.
Yeah, and I look forward to what they're going to do with it. So, thanks for watching.
See you next time.